teams then, Barcelona against Real Madrid. I'm John Champion, and analysing this game for us is Jim Beglin. Well, you can really feel the sense of occasion here. El Clasico, one of the biggest derbies in the world. The intense rivalry between these two huge Spanish clubs makes it one of the very best. Let's see how both these teams will line up. And we're now underway. Barcelona against Real Madrid. The break is on. PK. Sergio Busquets. PK. Now Luis Suarez. Sergio Busquets makes the interception. Daniel Alves. PK. Daniel Alves. Well within his range, carved away, well saved by the keeper.
And that wasn't exactly a routine save, he still had an awful lot to do to keep that out. Superb.
Play surges forward. Bale. Looking for width. Caught on the edge there, or was it in the box? It's been deemed to be just outside the area. A chance from a free kick in the opening minutes of this game. That had some swerve on it.
Well, it wasn't a bad effort. I mean, you could see his intention. It just needed a bit more curl and bend to take it away from the goalkeeper.
Pedera. Iniesta. Now Luis Suarez. Luis Suarez is awarded a free kick for that foul. Will he go direct here? And he's taken it on! Oh, it's in! Oh, it is a sensational strike! And there's the first goal of the game. Barcelona have the priceless opener.
Because of that first goal now, it's a great opportunity to make it one-way traffic and add to this lead.
Jordi Alba, who's just added his name to the score sheet. Cleared away from immediate danger. Oh, it's been given away. Now, surely. Hits the ball. And he scores! And how critical might that be for Real Madrid? It just couldn't have been placed any better. They kick off with parity restored.
Yeah, we thought that this one would be close between two strong sides like this, and I think that just goes to prove it.
Morata wins the battle and emerges with the ball. Ramendi. Bale. Now Luis Suarez. Casemiro. Driven in. Good hand by the keeper. Oh, well saved.
And that's a really instinctive stop too. Great reflexes to make it happen. I thought he showed class there.
Some hopeful faces waiting in the middle. And he's got quite a shot on him. Real Madrid have scored. Real Madrid turning it around.
Look, there just wasn't much of a gap to begin with, and to find it, I think it was a fine drive, and I don't think the keeper could have really planned for that. I think he's a bit unlucky in that instance.
They now lead by 1 goal.
Oh look, it's lovely having a player with such ability in your side. He's always capable of coming up with something important, and he's done it again.
He's going after it. Casemiro. Bale. Xavi cuts out what was really a sloppy pass. Fabio Coentrao. Here's Morata. Hits it. A fine reaction save. Sergio Ramos has teed up this corner. A fine stop by the keeper.
I thought he was magnificent then. He had no right to get anywhere near that. What a save.
Casemiro. The ball is with Pedro. Iniesta. Now Pedro. Nacho Fernandez. Quickly closed down. Sergio Ramos. Ida Ramendi. Piqué is in position to intercept. Jordi Alba. Piqué. Daniel Alves thumps it long. Morata. Slickly done that. Oh, well defended. Xavi. Piqué. Daniel Alves. Ida Ramendi.
That's just great pace to get back in position from Messi.
Plays it long. Sergio Busquets. Now Pedro. Quarter of an hour gone. Piqué. Now Luis Suarez. Here's Pedro. Luis Suarez was fouled and he gets his free kick.
Well, I think it might be a touch too far to have a go at goal, but I've been proved
Absolutely brilliant!
unbelievable.
A moment of pure inspiration. What a game this has turned into.
Well, this is a terrific show of resilience and spirit. I love to see a team roll up their sleeves and force their way back. Superb.
They're back level again.
Well, in a tight game like this, there was always going to be little to separate them, but he really made that count.
Barcelona have got possession back. And that's gone straight to the keeper. Daniel Alves. Xavi. Ida Ramendi. Bale. Well struck. Not on this occasion.
That was poor, and he knows he can do an awful lot better.
Now Pedro. It's played through. Iniesta with a big chance. Sergio Ramos. Fouled there, no question about it. The keeper's got it. And Messi, Casemiro. It's through. And he'll shoot here. Real Madrid have scored. That could well turn out to be the winner they've been looking for. There's the benefit of pinpoint accuracy. They've got a precious one-goal lead.
Casemiro is the name you expect on the score sheet. He has the ability to strike when he appears to be having a pretty quiet game, and there you go, we've just seen another example.
Xavi. Daniel Alves. And that's a foul. The referee shows him the yellow card. Didn't go for the ball, just took the player out. Might consider himself a tad lucky not to see red.
That was totally unnecessary. He needs to realise what he can and can't do before he makes decisions like that.
The ball's with Iniesta. He's looking to play it into the channel. Rafael Varane, with a great example of how to cover. Iniesta. Pedera. He moves in swiftly. Opportunity maybe for a shot here. Barcelona have a free kick for that. Drives it in. He's trying something special. Could it be a chance? He got back very well there. It was good defending.
Well, they say that your front lads should be that first line of stopping the opposition, and I think he's taken it to another level with his desire to get back and help everyone out.
Luis Suarez. Sergio Ramos has it back now. Daniel Alves puts a stop to the attack. Here's Messi. Here's Luis Suarez. Luis Suarez has been fouled. Here's Daniel Alves. Oh, he's lost out there. Now maybe shooting opportunity. He misses, only narrowly though.
Oh, listen, I think you can understand at times that the pace of the game pressures players into split-second decisions, and sometimes they just make the wrong one, and I think he would have been better placing that. That's just great pace to get back in position from Messi.
And Daniel Alves. Here's Messi. Thumps it long. Real Madrid have possession again. Daniel Alves. And the ball's out of play. Sergio Busquets. Now Pedro. And suddenly the defence is on the back foot. Xavi. Daniel Alves. Who couldn't get it cleanly, and it's a foul. Morata. The forward push gains momentum. A chance to counter-attack here. Sergio Busquets. Pedro. Iniesta. Now Luis Suarez.
Yeah, the defence had him exactly where they wanted him there. Didn't even give him the space or the room to turn. And I think if they can keep him facing the other way, then his threat becomes a much lesser issue.
Sergio Busquets. Iniesta. Xavi. Messi on the ball.
Messi can't hurt you with his back to goal, and I think if they can keep him facing in that direction, then the only thing he can do really is to just lay the ball off, and he's not really going to cause much trouble if he continues doing that. So I think they're defending him very, very well.
Shoots here. We all know what he can do.
He's just a nightmare for any defence. His movement, his pace, his anticipation, it's on another level. It's so hard for any defence to contain that.
Plenty of options. Who's he looking to pick out? Skillfully hit. Cleared nicely. Good opportunity for a cross here. Tries with his head. He couldn't quite turn it in.
Real Madrid had players queuing in the box in that situation, and they've still got nothing to show for it. What a complete and utter waste. Oh, the ball in had such good pace on it. He only had to redirect it with his head. I think the cross was an absolute peach.
Sergio Busquets. Piqué. And that's come to nothing. Now Luis Suarez. Real Madrid have possession again.
Well, it's a little further out than he'd like, so he might just consider his options with this free kick.
Oh, he went for the curler. Still outside the area. Where's he going to send it now? Xavi. And Messi. Oh, that's delightful.
Well, look, you don't need me to tell you that if your first touch is a little bit sloppy, then you're not going to make too much progress, and I think he knew exactly that. I'm sure he'll get it right next time.
Here's Luis Suarez. Here's Daniel Alves. Moving forwards. He plays the ball out wide. Now through to Messi. Ramendi. Bale. He's going on his own. Xavi. Fabio Coentrao. It's through to Luis Suarez. A long ball forward. Here's Messi. Out towards the byline. It's on for him. The goalkeeper's got a hold of it. Morata. A foul. A fairly easy decision for the referee. He can't be too happy with that.
Well, that free kick looked too far out for a shot.
The ball is with Pedro. Bale. Here's Morata. He ran into trouble and the free kick's been given.
Well, it's a bit far out, but you never know. He might just make something of this.
Iniesta. Pedro. A rasping drive! And he scores! Once more, they've done it!
Oh, this is a real show of character. Rather than let their heads drop, they've stood proud and fought hard. Brilliant.
It's all square again.
Yeah, in a game like this, every chance is vital, but they're back on level terms.
It is good to see a forward tracking back and defending like that from time to time.
I think it's great to see that kind of application and desire from a forward who wants to help out his defence. I think, any good team really, your striker should be the first line of that defence, and he's delivering.
Going forward. He shoots there. That is wayward.
He just didn't get any power behind that one, and it didn't even threaten at all.
Here's Pedro.
That's just great pace to get back in position from Bale.
Casemiro. Xavi. And he's given away a free kick. Jordi Alba. We are entering stoppage time. Jordi Alba. Iniesta.
That's really good instinct for the game, very good positionally, and wonderful covering from Morata.
Sergio Busquets. Interesting to see how much stoppage time. There's the answer, 2 minutes. It's not a lot. Lunges wildly. Xavi. The referee blows his whistle to signal half-time. Second half underway now.
That's just great pace to get back in position from Morata.
A chance to counter-attack here. Opportunity for a goal.
Well, that was a really awkward one for the goalkeeper to deal with.
Pumps it upfield. Sergio Busquets is there to intercept. Fabio Coentrao, it's a threatening through ball. He's been dispossessed. Daniel Alves. And Xavi. Bale. Ramendi. Xavi.
That's really good instinct for the game, very good positionally and wonderful covering from Bale.
Oh, lovely feet. Hits it. It's a really good try, but no goal.
Well, when it becomes that speculative, I think it requires something from the very top drawer, and you have to think a little bit more about that. In the end, he's just opted for raw power.
Pedro, Casemiro, and he'll drive it here. They were so nearly punished for their mistake. Casemiro plays it long. On his own, and he'll get the shot away here. Really good try, but no goal.
Well, for me, he had a very decent crack at it, but it has to be said that the odds on those from distance were never really that good, and you'd always favour the keeper in that instance.
The ball is with Pedro. He plays it towards the corner flag. He's found space, drives it to the far post. Fabio Coentrao with some good covering. The break is on. Sergio Busquets takes advantage of a poor pass. Luis Suarez. Messi on the ball. Bale. Sergio Busquets. He goes alone.
That's just great pace to get back in position from Messi.
Here's Luis Suarez. Iniesta. Bale knocks it forward. Jordi Alba. Now Pedro. Real Madrid have got possession back. Piqué. Casemiro is all over him. Opportunity for a goal. That's an admirable save.
Well, the last line of defence came to the rescue when the lines in front were looking too clever. Good stop.
Ramendi plays it long. Driven in. Daniel Alves has robbed him. A goal for Barcelona, and that completes the comeback. Barcelona now up by a goal.
Yeah, for me this team seems to find it easier to attack than defend, but now they're going to need to dig in at the back a bit.
PK has it back now. Daniel Alves. Ida Ramendi. Now Morata.
That's just great pace to get back in position from Messi.
Barcelona have possession again. Ida Ramendi. The ball is with Khedira. Xavi knocks it forward. Casemiro. Here's Khedira. Oh, that's a neat escape. He so nearly exploited that mistake. Sergio Ramos will swing one in. And that ball picked up by the keeper. Plays a long ball forward. Barcelona have got possession back. Jordi Alba is in position to intercept. Pumps it upfield. Now Luis Suarez. Sergio Ramos. Jordi Alba. PK. Iniesta. And Daniel Alves. You got the man there, that's a free kick. Now Luis Suarez. Khedira has a hold of him. PK. Challenge deemed unfair, foul given. And that is a yellow card. I think he knew it was coming too as soon as he went in for the tackle. Put him under pressure now, you just can't go around diving in for challenges like that. Now Luis Suarez, and suddenly the defence is on the back foot. Challenge deemed unfair, foul given. Casemiro. PK. Now Luis Suarez. Long ball forward. Daniel Alves. PK. Casemiro, he moves in swiftly. He got back very well there, it was good defending.
You have to admire commitment like that, because he could easily ignore that and just kind of walk around and let others do all the chasing, but instead he looks as if he relishes the chance to dig in for his team here.
He wants to get a cross in from here. Iniesta. Luis Suarez. Here's Daniel Alves. We need support. He tried going it alone, but without success. He takes him out. Thumps it long. Daniel Alves. Now Luis Suarez. Fabio Coentrao. Daniel Alves. Now a chance for a cross. Nacho Fernandez with some good covering. Messi! Oh, off the post! So unlucky! Jordi Alba. Here's Xavi. Casemiro has it back now. The forward push gains momentum. Sergio Busquets. Daniel Alves. Now a chance for a cross from the flank. Nacho Fernandez with a great example of how to cover. Iniesta. And the ball is given back to the keeper. Bale plays it long. Barcelona have got possession back. Possibility here. Luis Suarez. Daniel Alves. Sergio Busquets. Jordi Alba. The ball is with Messi. Piqué. Xavi on the ball. Long ball over the top. Well read by Sergio Ramos. Plays it upfield. Now Pedro. Rafael Varane. Now Luis Suarez. Slides it through. They've scored! The referee says he was offside, and the goal is chalked off.
Yeah, the referee hadn't spotted his assistant's raised flag. He has now, so he's ruled the goal out for offside.
The goalkeeper's dealt with it. Pedera. Barcelona have possession again. He makes his way towards the penalty area. Back off the post it comes. There it is. That's a boost. They've drawn level.
You know, we may be looking at another classic here, and I'm not going to guess what's going to happen next, but that is great togetherness and resolve.
What are your thoughts on the goal, Jim Beglin?
It's almost criminal to see a defence fail to identify someone who thrives when it comes to shooting stats. They knew, and yet they didn't heed, and they've paid the price and deserve to.
It's become a real seesaw game, this.
Yeah, in a game like this, every chance is vital, but they're back on level terms.
Here's Morata. Through and still going. Sergio Busquets wins the battle and emerges with the ball. Casemiro knocks it forward.
Morata really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner. And just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
He goes looking for his teammate. He desperately needs some support. Jordi Alba is there to intercept. Sergio Busquets. Now Pedro. Xavi. Feeds a long ball into space. He's waiting here. Now seeking to get that ball in. Well read by Sergio Ramos. Khedira. Nacho Fernandez. Slickly done that. Sergio Busquets. Piqué. Daniel Alves. Sergio Busquets. And he launches it forward. Bale. Iniesta. Now Pedro. And he's given away a free kick. He's unlucky not to score there.
Oh, he couldn't have hit that any better, and any other time it would have sneaked in. That will encourage another try though.
Where's the defence? Possibility here. Real Madrid have scored and they've come back to retake the lead. That is simply unsavable. They've got a precious one-goal lead.
Yeah, there's such a consistency about his movement and his work rate that it's the platform for everything else he does, for all his attacking instincts, and he's just a very tidy goal scorer.
Here's Morata. Iniesta. Now Neymar. Sergio Busquets. Xavi. Nacho Fernandez is all over him. Feeds a long ball into space. Xavi. Iniesta. He ran into trouble and the free kick's been given. And that's gone straight to the keeper. Khedira. Piqué. Xavi.
They need to be a bit more careful with their passing in this position.
Jordi Alba. The clock counting down.
This late on, they need to be pushing forward if they're going to get a result.
Daniel Alves. Khedira. He's making a good run here. And Xavi. Casemiro makes a run through the middle.
That's just great pace to get back in position from Morata.
You have to admire that control. Nearly, but in football terms, nearly is nowhere.
Well, for me, he had a very decent crack at it, but it has to be said that the odds on those from distance were never really that good, and you'd always favour the keeper in that instance.
Neymar. Iniesta. Daniel Alves. Plays it wide towards the byline. Sergio Ramos makes the interception. Daniel Alves. Now a chance for Neymar. Iniesta shoots. Sergio Busquets. A long ball into space. The keeper's got it. Isco. Now Morata. Xavi pumps it upfield. Now Neymar. Morata. Barcelona with what could be a last throw of the dice. Here's Daniel Alves. Now Isco. Sergio Busquets cuts out what was really a sloppy pass. The goalkeeper's got a hold of it. Xavi. Neatly played. A robust challenge, to say the least. The players are protesting the decision, but the referee is having none of it. Well, he's taken on the responsibility. Can he level it up? And he scores! They're back in business again! We're in the closing minutes now, and it's level again. Now Morata. On his own. Opportunity maybe for a shot here. Sergio Ramos is the player to take it. Ah, no, it's an own goal.
Oh, that is a shame. Sometimes, unfortunately, it happens, but nobody likes to concede a goal like that.
It was fortuitous to say the least, but it certainly makes things interesting.
Look, often chances are hard to come by.
And that's it, the final whistle. You can, I think, put this down as a tactical victory. They adapted so well to cope with the opposition's changes, even if perhaps along the way they did enjoy a little luck.
Listen, I've experienced the highs and the lows of derby clashes, and I can tell you that when you win one, it's pretty special. There's so much at stake, it's almost a relief to get it over, and I certainly can identify with the euphoria we're watching now. I think they deserved it.
So, thank you, Jim, as we bid you farewell from this afternoon's broadcast.